horrifying. That character has been working a bit hard lately on the current project. Trying to get a script ready and done and to get the whole video up. Not to mention I've got to get the voice recordings out of each character. And I've got to go see my girlfriend to get her to do voice recordings for the female characters. If you don't know what kind of project I'm working on it was announced in the previous video that I made. Now this video, I decided before I do the next top 10, which will be on lost episodes, I should try to get through the lost episodes first before I start doing the top 10. And that's kind of the problem I had the pre-past ones. I didn't know what I was talking about at the time. I was starting making stuff up and those didn't do so well. However, the strangest thing is most of my other top 10 have done well. Not to mention one of them's actually got the most amount of views on my channel. Well, this one I decided to hit a program that was a bit too close to home for me. But let's get this started now. It seems like a normal day at first. I was just walking around and I saw what looks like a disc of some kind on the ground. So I got close, I saw that it was a Blue's Clues DVD. I picked it up and looked at the other side of it, and was particularly pleased to see that it was hardly scratched at all. Oh good. Oh, this must be good, Georgia, I said to myself. I flipped the DVD over and saw written up a thick black marker. Don't watch. Confused and a little concerned, I watched it first before letting George watch it. At first it seemed like a normal Blue's Clues episode. Then I thought it was weird when I saw Steve, Blue's co-star of the show, was animated. And I thought it was just for that episode. But that was when I noticed that the house was worn down, windows broken, boards were rotted, there were holes in the walls. As Steve stuck his head out of one of the windows, said his signature open and line. Hey out there, it's me, Steve. Have you seen Blue, my puppy? Only, he sounded more irritated rather than this usual cheery character it's supposed to sound. It was then that Blue appeared from behind a bush in front of the house and took off in a sprint towards the backyard. I'll go into the front doggy door like she normally did. Steve then disappeared back inside of the house. The screen went static for a moment. The only sound was loud and heightened shrieks of the dog screaming out in pain. Thinking it was coming from outside, I kept watching. The screen exited his static. And the next scene, Steve was wearing a black hoodie and black baggy jeans and black combat boots. It was strange to see Steve dressed that way. Even though his hood was out, I could tell it was him, but I could also tell something was wrong. Nearly chill crawled up my spine, and I was about to turn it off when a blood-covered, air-filled, high-pitched scream blasted through the stereo speakers. The pitch and the volume pounded in my ears. It hurt so much that I couldn't have to cover them. I thought that they might kill me, ill my hearing. It went on, or what felt like an hour. When it stopped, I looked up to see a knife covered in blood, clutched firmly in Steve's hand. I was confused for a moment, then I saw them. Brutally mutilated corpse, with the blue-haired carefree puppet lying like Christmas ball, blood pooling round her body, and intestines spilling from my belly. Blood looked so real that I almost thought it was coming from TV. It was then that Steve's brother Judge seized the aftermath of the event that had just taken place. He screamed so loudly that it seemed louder than the first. I covered my ears, but didn't take my eyes off the screen. Joe ran out the door and terrified squint. Steve calmly walking after. Made me think of something else, a flash film. Joe ran for what seemed like 10 minutes, and finally came to rest behind a tree to catch his breath. There was no sound at this point, only the faint sounds of Joe moving. There was a snapping noise, like a twig breaking under the weight of someone's foot. Behind him somewhere, and he physically stiffened in fear. He couldn't hear any footsteps. The only sound was Joe's heartbeat quickening and pounding against his chest. Then everything went quiet. The camera view changed, and it was as if I was watching through someone else's eyes. They were slowly approaching a tree. When they were directly behind it, the screen changed again, but not just static. It went to black. Then all I heard was the sound of a blade piercing skin and a man screaming in intense play. Hey. I knew immediately it was Steve attacking him. Then I heard the sound of the knife piercing Joey's body again and again. Don't know how many times I heard that sound. The screen was still blank then. I began to see what looked blood trailing down the TV screen. It looked so real, like a bucket of it and poured on the top of the TV. After a moment, the screen went back to normal. The scene before me was enough to make me almost throw up, but I managed to hold it back. The screen had returned to its normal now. I was especially terrified to see Steve was standing over Joe's remains now. Only he was no longer animate at this point. He was real. And the man on the ground no longer looked like Joe. I'm not even sure if it was Stevie. The way his hood was on made it impossible to see the top half of his face. I could clearly see the gleefully twisted smile on his lips as he looked down on his handiwork. The camera then focused on the man who I intentionally thought to be Joe. The The image I saw was sickening and I couldn't hold it back anymore. I threw up, it earned to do so. Joe, or the man I thought was Joe, was stabbed what looked to be at least 10 times in the neck. His stomach was torn open into an X shape. The killer's knife was buried firmly in the poor man's heart. His eyes were torn out and put into his hands, which were crudely cut from his arms. Same aim for his feet and head. The killer then pulled out the knife and ran at whoever was holding the camera, who in turn dropped the camera. I could see it trembling towards the ground. Fortunately, it had landed facing away from the two people, or I could hear the cameraman screaming in pain behind his terror-filled cries. After a minute, the killer re-entered the camera's view. He pointed at it with the knife and said something angrily and happily in what, thinking about it now, sounded like Russian. Haven't spoken with this knife in years, and I haven't yet figured out who left the DVD there. I never reported the DVD to the police. A mistake I would never make again. After watching it, I took it out of the DVD player and snapped it into 2 pieces so that nobody else ever will have to watch it. I still have nightmares about it every now and then. If I could go back in time to stop myself from picking up that disc, I would. In fact, I would only get rid of it right then and there. I have no information of the killer. I have looked at this kind of killing, but I can never find anything that matches this type of brutality. No